To join the channel here over at SubStars right now over at Odyssey. Ignore the sounds of a dog and cat in the background. The dog wants to be with the cat, but the cat is napping right now. Wants to be left alone, so it is what it is. I didn't know dogs could be in love with cats. So DEI is not going anywhere. Great, accelerate. That's pretty much the précis of the video. So Warner Brothers plans to double down on diversity and force out those who disagree. Well, hey, diversity is cancer. Why anyone thinks this is going to turn around, I don't understand. These people are drinking the Kool-Aid. The short version is this Warner Brothers guy is chief diversity. Well, that's your first mistake, right? Why do you have a chief God, I would love to be the new person in charge of this and go, wait, chief diversity? I'm like sitting around a table with these people. So diversity, oh yeah, we're gonna cut all that, and just to see the looks on their faces, like yeah, we're gonna cut all that kind of like that heavy human resource kind of upside down, spending money on diversity. Like yeah, we're gonna cut all that. Everyone is just immediately fired in that whole thing, and just to see like what they'd immediately run to Twitter. Oh, the funny thing is, holy cow. People in the media lost like 1,000 jobs in the mainstream media this year, and last year it was like 800. And and the future of the mainstream media is not bright. So this is not going to turn around. These people are fully drinking the Kool-Aid, and they go to Twitter and they just bitch and moan like we're writers. And it's like, you're not writers, you're propagandists. The media hasn't even had the appearance of being impartial in a long time. So this Warner Brothers guy, it says the opposite, is that he's going to fire anyone who is not on board with the woke agenda, or just just be as obnoxious. And the thing is, if you're at Warner Brothers, Disney, or Amazon, you're probably pretty woke, or at least I can't imagine you're just naive to this stuff. There might be naive people that meme they're on the like the third floor building, and the one guy has got the one reasonable idea, and they throw him out the window. There might be naive people out there, but I think most people, you're sitting around with other people, even if you're not that woke, you know the lay of the land, you know which way the wind is blowing. You're not going to say something like, yeah, this isn't the direction we're going in, because you look at it and you're like, it's a $100+ billion company. If the people at the top are making these decisions, you're looking at these movies they have planned, and you're thinking to yourself, like, I know this is not going to work, but it's a steady paycheck. So most people there are probably just not going to say anything. You don't want to be the one person who goes, yeah, are we sure we want to go with a black, female, lesbian, trans, furry, otherkin lead? Because all the heads would turn and look at you. Like, people know which way the company is going. Like, you're just going to sit back, collect a paycheck, and some idiot comes up with an idea of, yeah, we should do all this kind of woke Peter Pan, but with an Indian kid. So what are you going to say? You're not going to be the one person to say no, so you just kind of go along with it. It's like, as long as the check's clear, you don't give a shit. To be inclusive, it turns out that you're going to have to exclude any diversity of thought, which is great, because if they accelerate this, let me see if I can show these people's, I guess I could have turned the phone sideways. To accelerate this, it will destroy the business, which is absolutely fine. And these people who they look like a total pain in the ass. Are you saying that? Just, yes, that's why I'm saying it. They look like they were hired because they're diversity hires who are then continuing to make diversity hire movies. Like, that's what they got on board with in the first place. So the thing is, it's like a lot of it is, well, a lot of these people are just mentally ill, but the other people are like, they just don't care. It's just, as long as the check clears, as long as they can sell their stock holdings before the company goes bankrupt. Or for some of them, to be charitable, it might be that it's more accurate to say that they don't understand how anyone can disagree with them, because they think that they're on the right side. I remember Zach, Diversity in Comics, used to say that the hubris of these people who think magically they happen to have the right take on every possible issue that comes across, like they all have the right take, and you go, so can reasonable people disagree on some of these issues? And it really just doesn't occur to him. So some of them will think that the audience is gonna, like, they think the audience, they're gonna win the audience over, and they're gonna get on board all this kind of woke stuff. I really doubt it. I think they're going to bankrupt the company before the audience changes their mind. I know it's weird to go, you're talking about these, huge monster companies. You think they're really going to do this? Yeah, I'm saying it right now. I think they're really going to continue this on. I know people are looking at like takeovers of the company with a new board and whatnot. I just don't see that happening because even the people who take this stuff on, like Disney's a good example with and the thing is, even now, like I'm dipping out of media. I just don't care about this stuff anymore. What's going on behind the scenes as a facet of the culture war is fascinating, even if the stuff they make is such crap that it's unwatchable. But it's more interesting to talk about it because it shows you the mind of these people. Like, okay, so with Disney, it was Iger and Chapek. They're almost fungible. Anyway, so they're willing to bankrupt the company before they change their mind. They have no religion, no belief system. It turns out that this is their belief system because woke is God to them. And the people hired to discuss all this kind of stuff, these idiots, we're just going to play the audio. I guess I won't play. They're not there on merit. They're there because they're not European people. They're diversity hires. They're just there for a checklist. That's their qualification. So to continue to be good at that, I'm going to turn off the audio and play it. Okay, I wonder if this will play. To continue to be good at that, all they have to do is just, be not white people on a Zoom call and parrot the same woke talking points. And there's nobody there who has brakes on the train. And there's no way a company survives this. You end up with Batgirl. That was a movie that actually got made, and then it got canceled because it followed a checklist. These people are activists from all over the world. If you want to watch this video, you can see what I'm talking about with that. They don't care about the original stories at all. The goal is to race swap everything. The audience doesn't want it, but it doesn't matter. And right now, these companies are kind of coasting on the infrastructure of earlier accomplishments. And it's like, how does the boat sink slowly? And then as these cascading series of failures, then all at once. And I think that's what you're going to see with a lot of Hollywood. And it's fascinating to sit back and watch it because it's like a mental illness. It's just a madness that has overtaken these people. And, all it would take would be one company, Amazon, Netflix, Warner Brothers, Disney, one of these big companies to suddenly go in the opposite direction. And for a while, they would make an absolute killing. Because you'd look at the difference in the products and you go like, well, clearly we're going to take the fun movies that were just fun, silly movies like they used to make in the 80s and 90s. But you look at Hollywood in general and go like, yeah, isn't it kind of weird that nobody's doing that? Yeah. What does that tell you about all these? It's $1 trillion industry and nobody in the mainstream is going, you know what, let's just go back to making, I don't know, what was some kind of 80s schlocky movie, and they look at you like, what do you mean without the diversity? Yeah, I want to just dial it back. I mean, that's what I would be saying. And you'd find people to work with you, and there'd be no shortage of people because, they know that those movies are going to be successful. But doesn't it, see, this is why I make these videos, because doesn't it strike you as weird that nobody's doing that? There's a reason for that. This isn't money. This is a religion. When I say religion, that's not hyperbolic. It's not organized religion, but it is a religious belief system. There's something in the human psyche that if you don't have a religion, or if you're not part of a structure, if you're not part of something, it's just anything goes. And it just kind of like, you put a brick under the brake pedal, and there's just nothing to stop this train. It just continues to go in this direction. So they're coasting on the infrastructure of earlier accomplishments, and what's going to go on in the future is going to be unwatchable. Because think how bad the stuff is now, and they're doing this in this Discord call or something, and they're talking about, fire anyone who disagrees with us. It's like, oh my God, if movies are unwatchable now, or if they're doing stuff like The Little Mermaid, which is just barely turning a profit, what does the future hold? Well, Little Mermaid's probably going to be trans. I guess that would be the one thing in the future. Anyway, it's going to be stuff without any life to it, like a lot of the Disney movies that came out, or Black Adams, or Black Widow, or just a bunch of those Disney, Warner Brothers, DC, or Marvel type of movies that came out. Suicide Squad Part 2 came out. It came and went. I saw it, and I thought, if I like a movie, I want to watch it twice, or at least start to rewatch it to kind of get the beginning. And I started to do that with that movie, and I go, I don't want to watch this, and I just turned it off. And like that's the same with Black Widow or Black Adams and all these movies. Like, oh, yeah, get through it to kind of see where, I don't know, where the genre is, but none of them are worth rewatching just because they suck. There's just nothing to them. They're just like a rice cake. The thing is, so you're going to get a lot of stuff like that, and then you're going to get a lot of outright bombs. And so if in this call they go, yeah, we're going to fire everyone who acts to slow down the woke, then it's going to be a purity spiral where nobody wants to be the last one clapping, when you clap for a dictator type of thing, which is great. I hope we see Hollywood continue to F themselves in the A and die of monkeypox and AIDS. Anyway, Barbie. Yeah, Barbie was a big hit. So, you're going to make a sequel? You did like $1.5 billion, $2 billion or something. Are they going to make a sequel? They almost have to, right? But you got to use the same actors. Here's a thought. If they did make a sequel with Barbie, I don't know what direction they go in it. You think like that could possibly be the signal that they want to go in a different direction with Hollywood? Yeah, I just wouldn't hold my breath for that. And the more I look at Hollywood, it's like I hope they don't turn themselves around. Hollywood has been evil for like 50 years. The more you go down the rabbit hole, you look at these older movies that you thought were cool, and the woke was always there. It's just this subtle brainwashing propaganda, and it just makes it, a lot of it, turn to ash in your mouth. Some stuff still holds up. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, I consider that one of the best action adventure movies. I know the war German stuff was just nonsense, and they continued it too long, where they did 3 movies on that topic. But when it was just one movie, if you look at like the film work of it and the vibe of that movie, they really knocked it out of the park. And you go, so what's Indy doing? Disney owns the property. What are they doing now? Oh, they're still doing that theme 40 years later. Oh, like they don't have any good ideas? No, apparently not. Or Disney Star Wars. Oh, so, in 1977 to 83, they went after like a Death Star. Yeah, we got like a Death Planet Star thing now. Oh, that's not a good sign. Anyway, I guess, just kind of sit back and enjoy the popcorn and watch these. Why aren't we making money? Why aren't these Nazis watching our movies? Yeah, what a mystery. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys all next episode.